The first time I tried to go to university, I was 17 years old, right out of high school. I got a letter in the mail from the university asking me to leave. Apparently I had a .05 GPA, so not quite ready to be here. And the reason I came back was I was working and I got sick, and it turns out that I had a cancerous tumor. And so I had some pretty major surgery, and I got really depressed afterwards, and I didn't know what was wrong, and I didn't know what I was going to do in my life after that. And I went to some emergency counseling sessions, and I just remember the counselor saying, "You got to go back to school." And I told her I wanted to be a writer, and she asked me if I had any stories to tell, and I figured that I did. So I went back to school. I applied to be in the Fine Arts program at UVic in writing, and I just loved it. I went from the bottom of the class to the top of the class. I took one class with a professor named Michael Cullen, who was a bit crazy, a bit wild, but he really encouraged me to start publishing. And so in his class, I put together a little chapbook of poems, which I hide now. And I went and I gave it to Lorna Crozier, who is a writing professor here at UVic. And she read it and she asked me to join her in a master's class. I was an undergraduate student at the time. It was there that I met some people who would be so important to me for the rest of my life. After I graduated, I started work right away in communications, and the poems I started writing after university would become my first book called Twoism. I was also undergoing the process of transitioning gender, so as I wrote this book, I was becoming myself, and it came out in 2015, and I've got another book of poems now coming out called Hymn Switch, which is really all about being in your own skin. And I'm back in school now. I'm getting my master's degree, a Master's of Interdisciplinary Studies at Royal Roads. But I guess you can't really keep me away from UVic because they've arranged that I can take a couple of courses here as well. So I'll be happy to haunt those grounds again. It takes time to become yourself, to be who you're going to be, and just look for the things that make you feel like yourself, that help you to be embodied. It can be really difficult to do that for all kinds of reasons in the real world, which is why art has been so important to me, and that's why the classroom is so important to me. People are so beautiful, you know, and it's sad that we can't always express who we are in the world, so find whatever way you can to express that.